Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy B Smooth back again with Celtics Corner. Today, y'all already know we got a co-host in the building. But again, a beautiful, beautiful Monday night. We are here again for another live stream. Let's put the people on the screen. Y'all know, again, I can't do my directions. Left to right, Jags in the building. Below us, we have Bree Marie D in the building. Jags, how you feeling this fine Monday?
Oh, I am feeling fantastic, Bobby. As always, an honor and a privilege, sir. Excuse me, tongue-tied. How are you, more importantly?
How am I? I feel always good. Every day is a blessing to be alive. But speaking of being alive, Bree is alive. She's back. I thought she was going to lose her voice and bail on me. Bree, how you doing this beautiful Monday night?
Good. Would have been better if the Celtics got a win last night. But yes, I kind of have my voice back. It was a struggle to not scream my head off for the entire game.
Yeah, a lot of things to scream about at the end. However, the ceremony looked pretty cool. People in the chat, I appreciate everyone. About to tweet this thing out on Twitter as well. Appreciate everyone. Again, we'll take callers eventually. Whenever I put it on the screen, you can call the number on the screen because people were calling me during the week. Jags, you would not believe this, man. I'm about to take my number again. People are calling me during the week. So this is rough. I need another Google Voice number to do this again. But let's get into things. Bree, obviously, you mentioned before you were at the Mavs-Celtics game yesterday. You could talk about your whole overall thoughts, but really quick, I want to ask you, since you were in the sea of green yesterday in TD Garden, did Marcus Smart get fouled or not?
Oh, God. I mean, we looked at it over and over and over again. We thought we got the bailout, right? Because Tatum, for God knows what fucking reason on earth, this man just pulls up for a fadeaway two. Makes no sense to me at all. I couldn't tell you why he chose that shot. But then we're like, okay, cool. Marcus Smart gets fouled. Yes, this is the bailout. We're going to tie this game. He's going to hit three free throws. And then, of course, it's Luka, bro. The superstar treatment. He's going to get that reneged. And I was just shocked because I didn't think it was going to get overturned. Such a crucial game, so close. And it was clear that he touched him. But people want to make the argument, oh, your hand is a part of the ball. And then they're saying, oh, he didn't land in his landing space. So it was a very controversial, questionable overturn. I feel like the right call would have been to keep the call the way that it was because I feel like that was really tough to overturn that. I feel like you should have just stuck with the call you made on the court at the time of the so-called foul. And that's my opinion. I just think they got the Luka Doncic treatment on that.
What's up, everybody in the chat who's saying what's up? Shout out to you, man. But real quick, Bree, I don't know. And this might be the high of being around other people who are also upset at the call. Me, Jags, and the panel that were doing the post-game show afterwards said, looking back at it, it is true. The hand is the ball. And he didn't hit his wrist. He didn't hit his arm. Not in the landing space. So for me, obviously in the playground, that's not a foul. I think in most AAU plays, that's not a foul. I don't think many NBA players would want a game to – it's what to say decided because it was a title game, but not a game to be decided off that ticky-tack foul. And again, people are probably more upset that Luka was the one who fouled him. If that was Finney Smith, I don't think many people would have cared as much. And also, I think Jack said it yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
What were the odds of Smart hitting all three free throws? I'm being honest. Probably slim to me.
Hi. Stop that.
Wait, hi. What?
You dare. Yeah, I think Marcus Smart to hit all three. I think he's a clutch shooter. I think he's a clutch person to have on the team. I do. He's gotten so much better than games before and years before. Don't deny that. He's definitely improved throughout the years. I trust him. I trust him as a ball from a turnover or whatever it is. So I trust him. I think he could have handled that heat. I do. We'll never know now.
Oh, we would have known. I've never heard smart and clutch in the same sentence. I'm being honest with you. I don't know about that one, Chief. Jags, your thoughts here. I know we kind of talked about this yesterday, but your whole thoughts here.
Yeah, I mean, Bree is right. I mean, Smart, traditionally is not that bad of a free throw shooter, high 70s, 80%-ish kind of guy. But, clutch, 3 shots to tie it up. I mean, I would have, of course, there's several other guys I'd have rather put in that situation. But I think it's kind of irrelevant because, I mean, she kind of alluded to, Tatum's, that fit. There was several other opportunities to, I keep saying win, but at least tie that game to force into overtime. Right. So I won't put too much on it, and that is Luka. I think that they should have stuck with the initial call. I think that they shouldn't have overturned it. But as soon as it was starting to take that much time, I was like, Lord have mercy. They are going to overturn it. And And we still had another opportunity after that. They had that last play, that inbound where Tatum was like, doing the spin, and he thought he got fouled by Dinwiddie. I mean, regardless, we could talk about the Dinwiddie shot. I mean, there's several reasons. It's a disappointing loss. It's a disappointing shooting night. It was a 14 performance from JB, and we still only lost by 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's factual. And I can feel that. And again, I didn't like the shot attempt with Tatum at the end. I thought it was just a bad shot. I think we had 3 seconds on the clock, maybe 3.5. You could have probably got a better play. I feel like it was a forced shot.
Definitely.
I don't know. That's my thoughts. But Bree, again, you were in the building for the ceremony, and it looked like no one left their seat at all.
Not at all.
Watching it for the little highlights. Bree, your whole thoughts on that? I think it was like an hour long, 50 minutes long. Your whole thoughts on the little pregame, little post-game ceremony.
Yeah, it was wild. So, I was fortunate enough to be at both Paul Pierce's and KG's jersey retirement games. I was literally going to break the bank on those tickets, no question. I bought both those tickets right when the schedule was released, right when we knew when the game was going to be. I just, I was a dedicated fan, and I loved them. They're the reason why I started really getting into Celtics basketball. So it was it was literally like traveling back through time, because they had the whole 08 team there, and it was just wild. Glenn Baby Davis finally found a courtside seat. You just had everyone coming out of the woodwork. The only disappointing thing was Bill Russell couldn't be there. That was pretty sad. I wanted him to show some love. He had a video message, which was really nice. And Rondo couldn't be there, but he also gave a video message as well. And then, blowing everybody's minds, Ray Allen made an appearance. KG shouted him out. KG even went so far to say, "You're next." Which I think will be another topic that we discuss a little later in the show. But look at that. Beautiful. 34 right next to 5, right where they're supposed to be. The tier. Oh my God, everything. I'm so glad I captured that. It was honestly just a dream. It was just such an experience. Being a part of moments like that in history, it's priceless. And there was just so much love in the room. KG only said the F word twice. He only said fuck twice. So ABC's lucky that he had self-control enough to not have every other word out of his mouth be like me and say fuck this, fuck that. But he is awesome. They even showed him going into the locker room before the game, talking to all the guys, and he's just the epitome of a team player and a teammate, and just he's a veteran. Bleed Grin forever. He'll forever be a number 5 for us in the Raptors. And it was just really just so there's not really no words to describe how epic it was. Just awesome.
Two things. Obviously, me and Jags discussed, our thoughts on KG as a career as a whole, and also with the Celtics yesterday on the post-game show. And it was fun to do that. People in the chat shared their opinions as well. But I heard something very, very interesting that Bree said at the start. She was there for KG's retirement and Paul Pierce's retirement. Mm-hmm. And I think we lost both games. So
we
maybe somehow...
So annoying. Yeah. That's why I think Green Runs Deep tweeted it, and I totally agree. Stop doing jersey retirement games on a day that we're going to have a game, because it's so deflating.
What a superstar too.
Yeah. It's so deflating, trying to celebrate someone's legacy, and then they just came off of a loss, and then you're super fucking embarrassed. So the blowout that the Cavs and LeBron handed us was embarrassing. And then Paul Pierce was like, well, I guess we're going to talk about me now after you guys just fucking got your ass chewed out. And then this game wasn't as bad, but still losing by 3, on a controversial call like that, I don't know, man. But the most exciting fucking thing that I saw was JB, that monster dunk, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he daps up KG. That was legendary. I was like, fuck, I wish I had my phone out to record it, because that was literally gold. Watching that, them just interacting with each other was everything. So there were obviously some really high highs of yesterday, and then there were some disappointing lows. So my advice would be, don't do a retirement game before or after any sort of game, or do it before, actually. Do it before, because doing it after a loss is just a fucking waste and embarrassing.
Yeah, I feel that, Jags. I talked about it on the pregame show yesterday, and I was like, yo, stop playing good teams on these jersey retirement. Just play against the Pistons on Sunday. Yeah. Just do everyone put on ABC anyway.
Against the Pistons, apparently. Yeah. So don't say the Pistons.
Okay, that's
It's
true.
you got to stop when these superstars are coming to town. You've got
Right.
LeBron coming to town. You got Luca coming to town. And unfortunately, I mean, Bob, we both mentioned when you have those caliber of players, it doesn't matter if you're streaking, you're hot. It's anything can happen. When
Thanks.
you've got a top 5 guy in your building. And that was, I mean, everything went wrong as far as shooting and players showing up, and we still almost we were right there at the end to only lose by 3 points. But I agree. Let's how about we give KG? It's kind of hard because shit,
Right?
everyone's still showing up. They don't need a game. You said it, Bobby.
Right.
Nobody left. They're coming regardless to watch that ceremony.
It was
Now that
almost
you
like
say that, though, no, time out. Now that you say that, it'd be like marketing genius if the NBA picked like the shittiest team, right? And then be like, yo, this is the game that we're going to have a retirement game. So then they can actually sell out a game that usually wouldn't have anybody going to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they should have fucking done, because then it's a guaranteed win. Well, for the most part, you know how the Celtics be sometimes when they play down to shitty competition. But it's like, just be smarter about it. Like, maybe do the ceremony before the game, so then there's no risk of people being fucking pissed that you just blew a 5-game win streak to the Mavs in such a low scoring fashion. But Mavs showed up. Their defense was solid. There's really nothing more you can say about that. The Celtics just weren't on their game, weren't in their bag, and it was a tough, close loss.
Yeah, I know people in the chat were talking about Mavericks defense being legit, and I think they were saying top 3 in some defensive metrics that they have in the NBA. I didn't realize their defense was that good, especially, I was talking about this early in the stream, not this stream, but the pregame show, that I didn't realize you could have an awful defender be on a great defensive team. Isaiah Thomas is a perfect example of it. Trae Young, I believe last year they were still top 10 in defense, and Trae Young couldn't guard me. So, I mean, you can have a bad defender and still make it work. Knightsby said that dunk was beautiful. It was. That was a hype dunk. I got hyped for it. It was phenomenal. But real quick, I think I told this to Jags yesterday. I am not a big ceremony guy. High school graduation, I fell asleep. I didn't go to my college graduation low-key because of COVID, but also I wouldn't have gone anyway. I don't like weddings. I don't like anything to sit in a suit and tie for an hour and a half and just watch emotional moments. That's not me. But to see people show up and show out for KG's thing, that's kind of nice. I will say that everyone in the mama looked like they were in the building now.
Well, and it's crazy because I think comparing the two, right? I know it was, years apart, but comparing the two, there was more people for KG than there were for Paul Pierce, for sure. Like I was comparing my videos and I was like, wow, like KG had a lot more people show out for him. I don't know if maybe that's also because it's the 75th anniversary. So people were like already in the building from celebrating the night before. Cause I saw that the Celtics they did something at Encore the night before. But KG is just a force. And like, it was just so crazy to see. And then, like I was saying, right, they had all these video tributes because a lot of people couldn't travel to Boston. And someone needs to give me the scoop on this, because I don't claim to know everything, right? I don't know what the beef is, but when the great Isaiah Thomas, not little IT4, but Isaiah Thomas, the real Isaiah Thomas, was speaking on, so he was actually in the actual building, but they had like a pre-recorded video of him like just talking about KG and his greatness. Everyone, the whole crowd was boo, boo, and even Mike Gorman, the announcer, was like, that's really funny that you guys booed him. Like, I find that really funny. But like, I didn't understand what the beef was. Like, is this like something going back from like a rivalry that I'm not aware of, like between Philly and Boston? I'm just trying to figure out why they hate Isaiah Thomas, what he did. I Googled it a little bit and it was saying that he's like, him and Kyrie are like the 2 most hated teammates in like NBA history. And I don't know. Is he just the older version of Kyrie Irving? I'm not sure.
I know. That's definitely before my time. That's probably so. I know some people in the chat are like 50 years old. Shout out to those guys. But I know those people definitely watch, that. I think pretty sure that whole like Larry stole the ball thing was from them playing the Pistons, that rivalry back and forth. And again, that's late 80s. I wasn't even thought of it back then. So that's rough. But real quick, we can transition to something kind of beautiful, maybe ugly, who knows? But I think this is interesting how a lot of people are saying, Bobby, you're not a true Celtics fan. Jags maybe joked about it. You said even Bobby, I don't even know how passionate Bobby is as being a Celtics fan. Y'all see it on the wall. I think I call this the wall of greatness here. We will have something right here eventually for the Celtics. We'll see what happens. But I think I have some credibility to finally show. So these are never before seen, other than if you went to my damn house. I have a cool little picture of maybe me being young represented this Celtics beautiful color. There he is. Look at young B Smooth. Look at the stone cold little jeans on, the Tasmanian devil with the Celtics. I was a diehard Celtics fan, even from a baby. Now you might say, Bobby, is that even you? Even a cooler story. The picture next to me, bam! There's B Smooth rocking the iron. Now, obviously, I was backup running back at these days. And again, I wasn't ashamed being a backup because this is a really cool story here. My boy Bronson, back in even the first grade, even to now, a good buddy of mine, played football alongside with me. And if we have wrestling fans in the house, he actually became NXT champion in WWE a little bit ago. So, hey, homie is successful, which means, Bobby, I'll be successful here soon. I mean, he's successful. I'll be successful, maybe the top of the professional game. But shout out to my guy, Bronson. Also, shout out to me and my family. Mom showed me that picture a couple months back. But we have our list. People like, Bobby, where the hell do you rank Tatum? Where the hell do you rank Brown? And I said, you know what? I'll eventually do this. I feel like it's coming soon. Jags, I want you to take this away first. You have your top 25 list. I want the people to see it. People in chat, I know you're going to roast this list because it's not the perfect. It's not mine. But we're going to see how it starts off. Jags, are you ready for this?
As I'll ever be, sir.
Let's get it on. Jags, your first, whatever the list is, the first tier, take it away.
Whoa. All right, guys. So first off, shout out to Bobby. Look at that excellent work. The graphics, impressive, sir. So, yeah, guys, this is just for fun. Pretty much just wanted to do our top 25 current players, just to give a little context. Keep in mind injuries, things like that.
Thanks.
Those are being considered here. You're not going to see Dame and, Kawhi Leonard and PG-13 Bradley, et cetera. So if they're injured, they're pretty much out.
Thanks.
But yeah, pretty much. Can we get that back on the screen, Bobby?
Let's get it on.
Sir. Starting with, as you can see, Pascal Siakam, guys, Bam, Rudy Gobert, Chris Middleton, Karl Anthony Towns, and then our boy JB, 20 to 25. Going from 14 to 19, I've got Jimmy Butler, Trae Young, Book, Donovan Mitchell, CP3, and Zach LaVine. I'll get into more talking points as we get higher up, but yeah, that is the initial. What are you thinking, Bobby? I know you disagree with every one of them.
Okay, number one, just garbage, just absolute trash. I don't know about this one, Chief. I feel sorry already. Chris Paul at 18, come on, man, that's just rough. Donovan Mitchell at 17 is wild too, man.
Chris Paul's been out for how long, though? I mean,
he's still better than most of the guys you had in front of him, though. Even him being out for 3 weeks, he's still better than most of the guys.
Into consideration, he's injured.
I guess that's true. Listen,
I didn't put him on my list, Bobby. You told me to go back and add him. I didn't have him on it.
I don't know if I told him to do. I just said I suggested to. Let's get on to the next tier, though. You have a next little group of guys. Who you have up next?
That looks a lot like the same tier, guys. Jimmy Butler.
There we go. There we go.
So, as we get into the 7 through 13, now is when it gets interesting. As you can see, number 13, he who not be named. But then going on to number 12, we got DeMar DeRozan. As number 11, Anthony Davis. He was another one I didn't want to include based on injuries. But, again, Bobby. To the top 10, Ja Morant to Jason Tatum at number 9, breaking into the top 10 for me.
Wow.
James Harden at number 8 and Luka Doncic at number 7.
So my question to you is, and can I get this off my screen? There we go. My question to you is, you believe Tatum's better than 80, even Hurts? But if he was healthy all season, I guess you had 80 above Tatum. Correct. Okay, interesting. Bree, you have any problems with his list so far? Tatum and 9?
No.
Interesting.
I will say one thing, because I said it. I did a little the talk before the talk. I did a little talk sesh, which my internet sucks, so it hasn't uploaded. So be sure to watch that after, even though it was supposed to be posted before. But anyways, I know how you are about Jason Tatum, and the reason why I'll side with you or agree with you with this one thing, right? The one thing I agree with you is, do I want the ball in Jason Tatum's hands at the end of games and trust him? Yesterday was an example of fucking no, I don't. I don't trust him yet on that, because why are you pulling up for that fadeaway? Should have drove to the lane. Yes, I get it. It's not like as simple or as easy as, you drive to the bucket. But pulling up for that mid-range fadeaway when you had time on the clock is just a poor choice of shot selection. I get it. He's only 19, so he's going to keep making mistakes. But I agree with you there when you say, can you trust him? Is he a reliable person to have the ball in his hands at the end of the game? I'm not 1,000% sold on that. So that might be his only weakness that I see. Because you can't talk shit about the man. He put up 135 points in 3 games. Man's been making and breaking records. He has all these accolades and he's doing really well. And I think he only has up to grow. I just think that, some of his choices, obviously he's not perfect. He's going to make some mistakes, but he has a lot of pressure on him to be that number one guy. And he's not proving to me yet. I'm not 100% sold yet that when the ball is in his hands, like it would be for Paul Pierce, and we would be like, yes, he's going to hit that shot. I don't see that for Tatum yet. So I will agree with your shitty selection of wherever you put Tatum in that one regard.
She's already calling out my list.
She's coming at you before it's even
I know he's probably put Tatum at like 25, which I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of here.
I was wondering. I was like, is she coming at me? But then it's like, of course, that's all Bobby boy.
You know that me and you, Team Jags breed, but
versus Jags, you gotta check out what's up, man.
I was gonna say, chat. Can you give me your opinion on Anthony Davis? Because he's the Lakers, and I understand how much people hate him. But Lord have mercy, guys. Do y'all not remember how desperate Boston was just a few years ago to get him? Like, God,
if you look at chat, just the comments are just overflowing of just AD hate. I don't understand this.
On a down year, 23, 10, 3, and 2.5 blocks.
All right,
on a down year.
Bree was talking about number one guys. Let's get to more of your number one guys. Let's get up to the next part of your tier list. Let's go. Here's the next part.
Yes, sir. So we've got 4 through 6. We've got Mr. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Steph Curry. I see what you're doing, Bobby. My mistake. So Bobby actually was kind enough to put this in my tiers as well.
Yeah.
I kind of sent him it's when you get to this kind of top 25 guys, and am I an idiot because I have someone listed 5 and you have them 9? I mean, these are the top 25 players in the world. They're all supposed to be razor ass thin. So when it comes to tiers, it makes it a little bit easier. He'll reveal my top 3, and my top 3 were like the best in the world. That next tier down, and as you can see, I've got my KD, Giannis, and LeBron. That is a tier in its own, the best in the world. The next tier down would have been Joel and Jokic and Curry, as call it like a MVP top 5. And so as he revealed those, that's pretty much how I had him broken down in tiers.
That's facts. I ain't mad about this, honestly. I mean, KD at 1 to me.
You got Giannis.
You were talking about injuries before about AD and Chris Paul, but yet you had a guy, Kevin Irving, who was out like 6 weeks. Number 1. I don't know if I feel that. I'm just more shocked by the people that are hating on Anthony Davis. I mean, I'm hearing nicknames out of my world. Anthony always damaged Davis. That's insane. AD is made out of glass. I don't understand this hate. I don't get it. Now, Bree, we can get to yours. Jax was all right. He got a little better at the top. Maybe he copied my list. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Bree, let's get to your list.
I feel like I'm going to get ridiculed by this list. Also, I told you, it took me maybe hours going back and forth, forgetting people because I don't know why. I just had a brain malfunction. And then I'm like, if I put this person here, what if I put this person there? It's basically splitting hairs. So I don't want to get too stuck on the numbers. This is just a general list. All right.
I feel like the skills is already coming into play already.
Roll the graphic.
Let's get it. You got Zach LaVine at 25. Interesting.
So these were my fillers, to be honest with you, because I felt like I couldn't decide if I wanted you to pick a top 20 or a top 25. So these were kind of my last minute ads. Do I want them in my list? Do I not? Do I care? Will it really be game changing if they weren't on the starting 5? And I'm not saying that about Jaylen Brown, but about Jimmy and Zach and LaMelo. I don't know. I know that's garbage, but.
Interesting. Let's reveal the next tier, 14 through 19. Kyrie Irving at 19. That's wild. That is ridiculous.
Well, I didn't even want him on my list, but I'm trying not to be super biased about it. But he's half a man, half a season, and literally has some mental problems he needs to work out. So he's on the list because of his skill, but he's so far on the bottom of that list because he's literally a toxic person to have on your team.
I am feeling hurt. And you talk to people in the chat as well. She's taking shots at you, man. That's tough. Let's get on to the next list because I'm going to roast this girl eventually. Here we go. Next part of the list. Oh, I see Trae Young at 12. Interesting. Ja at 11.
Yeah, I had to put my man Tatum in top 10 because I think he just deserves it. I think is just putting up great numbers. His defensive efforts have wildly improved. He's obviously the face of our franchise, and I believe he earned the right to say so. He is a superstar. All of his personal accolades, as well as on the team, like he's just, someone to watch out for, to look at, and I believe he deserves to be in the top 10 current players that are not injured, that are who we turn on the TV and we're looking forward to watch playing. This is what this list was about for me. Nice. Because we said, okay, is it in general? Is it people that are hurt? Is it a lifetime? Because if it's lifetime, I wanted to add Klay Thompson and I wanted to add Russell Westbrook. Those are my honorable mentions that were originally on my list because of who they are to the game of basketball prior to the situations that they found themselves in, which Russ is literally, in hell in LA, and then Klay obviously is battling back from being out for 2 years.
Bree, you don't have to explain anything. This chat doesn't feel Kyrie or AD should be top 25, and that lets you know all you need to know about them. You don't have to explain anything.
Opinion. You guys can attack me on it if you want, but
you don't have to explain anything.
People, that's who I picked because that's who I want to watch.
Here's the top of the list. Let me get it to come on screen. But there's the top of the list here. You end out right with Jags, though. Kevin Durant is your best player in the league.
Yeah. I just think he's just the most consistent. I think he's just a well-rounded player. He's
Giannis
very
at 6.
That to me, this is the wild part here. Giannis at 6, I feel like disrespectful. I don't know.
But remember,
Bree, you got AD up high too. Bree, AD.
What'd you say?
She had Anthony Davis at 4.
I want you to defend AD because the chat feels he shouldn't even be into the top 25.
I know, and you're right. We probably shouldn't have even put him on there because of the injury restriction thing that we created for our list. But I just, when you think of greatness and you think of, people that have backed up their, superstardom, you think of AD. You do. He's one of the top people that come to mind. And I'm not going to slight him for that. I fucking hate LeBron, and he's number 3 on my list. Do I want to watch him cry? No, I fucking don't. But I guess they got blown out by 40 last night, and he took the time to congratulate himself on getting 10,000 points.
I would too.
I hate that shit so much.
I'm going to congratulate myself very, very. I'm going to congratulate myself very, very soon. Me and Jackson, Celtics corner about to hit
the LeBron James
76 subscribers. I appreciate that. We're gonna. I might sign me a little note, put on my damn wall here. But and also shout out to Prodigy in the building. Shout out to New Sound in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. People were upset about you having DeMar so low, but I want to get. Yeah, you had DeMar at. Let's see what you had him at. You had DeMar at 18. Someone asked why you had Middleton over DeMar. DeMar's had a slower.
The Bulls kind of fell off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like they started off strong. I thought that the Bulls were going to take it all. And then they just hit a wall and they've just been on a downward spiral. So that is why DeMar is lower to me because yes, he's clutch. Yes, he had that, little spurt of when he was going off and hitting game winners and this, that, the other thing. But have we been talking about the Bulls lately? No, we have not. So that's the only reason why I justify having DeMar that low. But I wanted him still on my list because he is someone fun to watch, but they fell short lately. So that's why.
I feel that. Yo, hit the like button for me. I just realized that we have almost 50 people in the building. We have 12 likes. People hit the little thumbs up button. It likes the button. It's free. Now, here we go. Bobby's top 25 list. Now, I know y'all going to be upset. Let's get into it. The bottom tier. Y'all know Beast Move NBA tier list. On the bubble. Bobby, what the hell does this mean? I like March Madness. I love March Madness. This is a perfect representation of what March Madness is. You can go in, you can go out, you can get taken in one day, and you're out the next day. Here are my 5 guys: Levine, Brown, Middleton, Ball, Gobert, and Allen. I can't count that. 6 guys on the bottom tier. Next up, we have consistency and availability. Trae Young at 15. I had DeRozan at 16. Kyrie Irving himself at 17 with Butler and Towns. Consistency, that's guys like Trae Young and Karl-Anthony Towns. You guys are way too talented to be struggling to make the playoffs year in and year out. These guys should make the team better. And same with DeMar DeRozan, not making an all-star team a couple years in San Antonio and being a phenomenal this year. It's kind of sus there. Availability. Shannon Sharp says the best ability is availability. That is Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler to a T. Butler, I swear, gets hurt every season. And Kyrie, with his mandate problem with the mayor, is going to be rough and might not even play in the postseason. Now, let's continue on to the next group. we have the door, and there he is. And I know the chat is already in tears already. Jason Tatum at number 12, right in front of Anthony Davis, who has been injured most of the season. Showing love to my boy D. Mitch. And we got Devin Booker ahead of him at number 11. The door, man, people are trying to push the door open. Guys like Booker and Tatum and Mitchell, while Eddie's trying to keep that door closed because, again, these young Bucks are trying to take his spot. Next up in the tier, the roller coaster. Doncic at 7, Harden at 8, Chris Paul at 9, and yes, that is not a typo. My man John Morant at 10, top 10 player in the league. He has taken his team by storm. I think they have the second best record in the Western Conference. Chris Paul, even hurt, is still better than most of these guys that he has below him. Harden, even though he's fat one day and skinny the next day, party little baby one day and absolutely turn things up, Harden is still phenomenal, and Luka is amazing. But hey, just keeping steady. Chris Paul steady to climb, but he's still great. Harden's up and down. Luka's pretty much on a steady uprise, and so is John Morant. And now let's end up with the top, the kings of the league, the cream of the crop. Y'all disrespecting Giannis out here. Giannis is easily number 1. Joel Embiid, probably the MVP at number 2. We got King James at 3, KD because of the injury at 4. He'd probably be 3 if he wasn't getting hurt. Jokic at 5, and then Stephen Curry, who has been shooting like me recently. Steph Curry at number 6. Here is my top 25 list. There's nothing to complain about. I know the chat has been busting up. There's no way people are upset. This is perfect, right? Bob, your list is don't even know what that word is. Not gonna hold you. Inconsistent. There we go. Okay, I got you. Ja can't shoot. Haven't been watching him. Tatum would be MVP if he was a point guard. What the hell does that mean? Put Luka at center. I don't know what you're talking about. But people upset.
It's right here, Bobby. This
What's
again.
Up? Why AD and Kyrie in the list? Okay, we'll spell list right. Number 1, what the hell are you talking about? AD is phenomenal.
The wrong sport, guys. So it must be all the NFL stuff. Tom Brady coming back. If y'all been watching football this season, AD and Kyrie in the
it's phenomenal. Tatum definitely top 10. Well, he was 10, I believe, on Bree's list, 9 on I can't remember your name now, Jags list, and he was 12 on mine. People upset about 2 spots. I said this man is 12th in the league, and people here crying. This is crazy. 80
Bobby's an idiot. He's number 12 on his list.
I have a bone to pick with you, Bobby.
Oh no, here we go.
You told me that you thought Kyrie was better than Tatum, but yet you put Kyrie at 17 on your list.
Here we go.
So excuse the fuck out of me, but wouldn't you have put him above Tatum? I'm very confused.
So I like the way she twisted the words a little bit, because that's what I said, but that's not how I said it. Tatum and Kyrie, that comparison, really quick. Kyrie is a better skillful player than Tatum. However, in the league of basketball in the NBA, wings are more dominant, so are centers, dominant in winning as a whole team. So Tatum, I would take Tatum over Kyrie in that aspect. So yes, I put Tatum a little ahead. And obviously Kyrie's missed literally 3/4 of the season. So yes, I put Tatum a little above him. People are here, hollering here. Shots fired and ooh, what is going on here? Look at this. Ja hasn't done anything in the play.
I'm not letting shit slide. You said that, so I'm gonna call you out on it.
I love this comment here. Pena, I believe is how you say your last name. Ja hasn't done anything in the playoffs. That's very funny. Give John Morant, Jaylen Brown, and Kyrie Irving, and Gordon Hayward, and Kemba Walker, and Al Horford. Yeah, give John Morant just to the team
too. So you can't really make that
22 years old.
I mean, just the absolute hilarious here. Bobby, John Morant who has one playoff win and hasn't even won a playoff series. You're mad now?
6 and 7.
Well, you know what? Why don't we segue that into the top 24 list? Because I think that's really what we're touching on now. Because we're talking about young guys.
I like this.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about young guys versus guys that are 37. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, the dude that's been in the league for 16 years has more playoff experience and experience in general in the league. We can't compare. It's like comparing apples and oranges. You can't compare him to Tatum and Ja and like Lonzo and all these other people that have been in the league for 3-4 years. So I think maybe that's what the issue is here.
Let's transition to this. Bleacher Report came out something in November before the season started about their top 24 players under the age of 24. Tatum obviously just turned 24, literally a couple weeks ago. So that list still is valid. They update the list about every month or so, but what came out to start the season just still blasphemous. Even to this day, they have Tatum still low. But here we go. Here is the top 24 players under 24. Y'all see Ja at number 1, Luka at 2. A little suspect. Again, this is going into the season.
Oh my
LaMelo
Lord,
at 3, Edwards at 4. They have Tyrese
How do
Maxey.
people
I
get
love
jobs like this?
They have him at 5. They have Tyler Hero at 6, bro. And I love Mobley. Mobley's gonna win Rookie of the Year. They have Evan Mobley ahead of Jason Tatum.
And
When I
Trae
tell you
Young.
this list is, they have him above Trae Young. The list is, they had Cole Anthony above Darius Garland, who was an All-Star this year. Hey, bro, I don't know. Jags, your thoughts here?
List we've ever seen.
I think we said it's a little. I think me and Jags talking to DM one time. It was like, I think these guys get paid to just have the most random order ever because people won't talk about it anyway, and that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on this list here?
Yeah, we're like giving them clout for this awful assembly.
I think that it's I mean, they're either under the influence or that was planned. I mean, it's pretty much one of those things. I mean, I guess I would need to know more about the, what exactly is that list based off of? You know what I mean? What are all the details? What is it?
Bro, I looked up the list. They haven't updated it in 2 months, and I'm pretty sure the guy got fired. I think that's what happened. But anyway, I saw the way they broke it down, like their explanation was like, well, Tatum had a very rough go in the playoffs last season where Ja literally got bounced in the first round, and they still had Ja number 1. So their whole organization of who's in front is just throwing darts at the damn wall, seeing what's going on. Made no damn sense.
I got
what
you.
What are your thoughts? No, Jack, go ahead.
Just wild.
I feel, and no, this was Breeze. Breeze sent this to me on Twitter. I didn't even know about this list.
It was blowing up on Twitter. It was blowing up on Twitter, on the Celtics Twitter, and everyone was like, "This is a fucking joke, right?"
It is, yeah.
It was just such a wild list. I'm like, yo, we need to just like roast this list in our chat because this is.
They really published that Bleacher Report,
bro.
No, I think
it's the article here somewhere. It was Bleacher Report.
It was something. I don't know. You would think a credible source would not post.
He did get fired, Bobby.
He had to, because the list hasn't been updated, and this man Q said something very interesting. Bobby is a low-key low-key hater, just a Celtics fan to fight, with true fans. I forgot we're gonna take callers here soon. Hey Q, I can't wait to talk to you. I'm gonna roast the hell out of you, big fella. But let's
call
keep going.
in Q.
Someone said THT over Shea is probably wild. That I don't know if that's wilder than Tyler Hero above Tatum, but THT, who literally
didn't even mention Shea.
Shea is crazy. Alex at 23. Wait, what? Alex who?
Lonzo Ball over Tatum? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Lonzo Ball over Tatum?
Shea Gildress is number 23. Wow.
That's wild to me. Hey, man. Hey, Halliburton at 18.
Garland at 16. Like, come on.
They had some. Jaren Jackson's amazing, too. And they had these guys just super low. I'm telling you, these lists, again, they get paid to do this stuff. We're going to put the number on the screen. If you have anything to talk about,
call in, guys.
About KG, the Dallas Maverick game. We talked about top 24. We talked about also our top 25 list in the NBA. Anything you want to talk about, my phone is on. Let's talk about it. Please do not call me when I'm not, online. Please, dear God.
When you getting calls, Bobby, at like 3 a.m.?
It was probably someone called me 6 o'clock in the morning once. It's like, yo, Bobby. And I was like, yo, who's this? Yo, how the hell did you have Tatum so low? I was like, what are you talking about? I've never blocked some kid so fast in my damn life. Luca, JT, and JA. JA, who the hell is that? JA. Ja should be top 3.
You triggered someone that much, Bobby. They called you.
I'm telling you, people get upset. For me, I'm all here for education and entertainment. People are here, man, oh man, people upset.
Bobby's just living rent free in people's heads.
Bobby made that list. That is facts. Go ahead and give us a call 404-494-0428 if you want to give yourself.
I believe you do, Bobby. That's the best part. I could see you laying in bed and your phone ringing and someone talking shit from a stream days before. God help me.
It's still funny. The thing I love the most about YouTube so much, because obviously the comments, they never stop, right? I still get comments on videos that were made 2 years ago, like, bro, you're so stupid. And it's hilarious to me. People commented on a stream and they're sharing their opinion a week later, even though it's the coolest thing in the world, it's still creepy as hell to me. I don't understand that.
You are the best sport, though, Bobby. I mean, you really are. You take it so well, guys. If y'all forget 3 years ago, if y'all find 3-year-old Be Smooth videos, I'm in the comments talking shit with them. Me and him are going back and forth to the point where it prompted me to debate show.
And look at the friendship. This is blossomed now.
That's exactly. But Bobby is such a good sport, man. There's no one better at taking it than him.
I agree.
Appreciate. Someone said roast equals cringe when you're an adult. That's interesting. Strickland, your profile picture literally is a random MMA fighter, but you were talking shit. Interesting, man. I love that. I appreciate that. I would call, but I'm in the library right now. Man, if you don't just call, go ahead and give us a call, 404-494, because we do have other games and topics to talk about. Obviously, the NBA only has like 13, 14 games left for the Celtics. I just saw this morning, that the Sixers, we have the same amount of wins as the Sixers. However, they have 3 less losses. So which means they have 3 more games to play, which is a good thing or a bad thing. That could be 3 more losses, so we end up taking their spot,
both.
or that could be 3 more wins for them, and now there's no chance of us getting a second seed. So I'm kind of scared there. That is an interesting part to be about. You guys need to clarify if you guys list is for this year or 10-year span. It literally is called the best 25.
Year. Yeah, it was just for this current year, the players who are currently playing. So we had, like we said, we wanted to include people that aren't injured, that we basically want to turn on the TV, and that's who we choose to watch, like who we think are the people to watch out for. Top 25.
We have a caller here. Hopefully this is not blasting my ear.
Jason.
Jesus. Yo, my guy, what's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm a big fan of the show.
Hey, appreciate that.
I'm calling up here from Boston.
Hey, what's up, man? What's the name again?
Hey.
I kind of forgot the name.
Jay.
Jay, what's up? What is the thing you had a question about, or your topic that you would like to discuss about, my guy?
Well, the thing I want to talk about is basically yesterday's game, man. I thought JT, he was really weak. He didn't get back on defense. If you really watch that game, like, he wasn't hustling back. Like, I mean, he wants to be a superstar. He wants the max money, but you have to play it at both ends of the floor, right? I mean, serious, bro. Like, I seen him in that game. Like, he wasn't getting back there. Like, he got beat so many times on defense. He's too busy arguing with the referees, complaining about calls. And I know JT is probably the best player on the team, right? But for me, I mean, I'm down with Jaylen Brown more because, to me, he plays harder than JT.
Plays harder? You mean defensively or just all around the game?
Just all around you. Effort, man. That's the first thing you have to do. I mean, effort. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a kid's game. Like, the least thing you can do is put the effort in, right? I'm not saying JT don't work, man. He works, but I watch the games and I see him. Like, I'm not even talking about his missed shots. I don't care about that. I'm talking about this hustle, getting back on defense, diving on the floor. You know what I mean?
So I feel you, and I think Jags might have a question or comment to say about this. This is interesting. I've never liked the comment about we have grown men playing kids game. I don't like that comment. To me, that just makes me feel uncomfortable. However, what I will say is Tatum is still a phenomenal player, and there are obviously players. I just showed my top 10 up in the stream here. There are players that are still amazing. They're still great. And they don't play on both ends. For example, Luka is a great player like that. LeBron is not the greatest defender in the world anymore, but they still are so good offensively. It doesn't matter, right? Tatum does complain about a lot of calls. I think we can all admit that. I know Bree was joking about Luka, whining and complaining. Tatum probably is just equal to him, if not better. Tatum does complain about every missed call, even if he just got slapped. He's looking at the ref. He's putting his hands up. He's whining. He does the same thing. So I'm with you, but you lost with JB being better than Tatum, though. Jags, I don't know if you guys had anything to add in here, but JB being better than Tatum, especially in this recent stretch. Brown's been awful recently.
Yeah, I'll second that, Bobby. I can understand people.
One second, man. I don't know if you had Jags in the stream, but Jags actually real quick.
Yeah, I was just saying, I agree. I can understand, he's not alone in the JB over JT. There's people over there, but I think that has kind of been spaced out a little bit more, recently.
All right, appreciate you, man. Okay, he wasn't supposed to play that out loud. That's going to be some echo. Sorry about that, y'all. But he had an interesting for it. Bree, I don't know if you with him or not on that. And shout out to Jay for calling the stream here.
I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah,
I think he's just kind of touching upon the fact that Jason isn't consistent, like we were talking about. Like, he has his games where he goes off, right, and has like 40-50 point games, and he's the man, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor, and he's on. And then there's some games where he's not on, and he's not playing defense, and he's not getting the points that we're like wanting him to consistently put up. So again, I think that's just a learning thing because he's still young. You got to remember that these guys are very young. They're just getting started. They're in these massive franchises that expect the world from them, expect them to be an all-star at 19, at 20, at 21. So it's like they're trying to play catch up in a sense, and they're trying to deal with all these pressures and be that guy. And some people have bad games. You can't be on it 24/7. It's just, no one's perfect.
Yeah, I feel that I can't say there's no one. There's obviously this Giannis who literally plays hard every night. There's Draymond Greens. There's guys, Patrick Beverly, who plays hard every night. other than Giannis, most of those guys aren't superstars who have to give it to you offensively. And that's why I think Kawhi and Giannis are just on different levels because they're playing two ways phenomenally. We have another caller here. I don't know if this is the same guy calling. I don't know. But we have another call again. If you want to call in, 404-494-0428. Give a call. Yo.
Hey, so I just wanted to be the advocate of Jaylen Brown playing point guard for the Celtics.
Wait, what was your name, man?
Trey.
Trey, what's up, man? How you doing? You said Jaylen Brown as a point guard. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, point guard. I mean, I think the ceiling for Jaylen Brown playing point is a lot better. Him playing shoot guard, he's not the best shooter. So putting him on the ball, I think it forces the issue, it forces the action. And having Marcus Smart there, he's played off ball his whole career. He could do that easy. And you said yesterday that you think Jaylen Brown takes too many shots. He's taking too many shots because he's playing shooting guard. By the time all that action on the far side, he's wide open. He has to shoot it. He's on the floor with three big men, if you include Tatum. So putting him at the point guard, that's real nasty, having Tatum coming up to set that pick, coming off that screen. What do? It's kind of hard to attack Tatum. You know, it'll slow that down a little bit. If you have Jaylen Brown with the ball in his hand coming down instead of Marcus Smart. I'm not worried about Marcus Smart coming off the action. You have JB, though. What can you do?
It's interesting how much we're getting this recently, right, Bob? It's second straight day with the JB at point guard.
Yeah, so Jags was saying, we've heard a lot about this Jaylen Brown at point guard. I ain't a fan. It doesn't make sense to me. I will say this: Jaylen Brown fumbles the ball a lot, playing off the ball. So giving him the ball more, I feel like that would happen even.
Brother,
more.
I'm out on that
turnover.
one.
So
his handles
I don't
aren't
know.
that great.
His handles are amazing. Again, no one's saying he can't dribble the ball. Obviously, he can dribble a little bit. Even in high school, the man didn't handle the ball like that. This point guard did. Same when he played at Cal, he didn't handle the ball like that. So for me, him being off the ball is his best possible position. Maybe even just a better point guard. Ricky Rubio, I feel like would give it Jaylen Brown.
And then putting Smart back off ball, it's like,
yes.
For this, I believe for this team, though.
Yeah.
I just think with this team, though, I think Jaylen Brown coming off that action, coming off the screen, would just be 10 times better than having Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is no threat. I'm not worried about leaving Marcus Smart. I would have to worry if Jaylen Brown's coming off the action.
And he might be right. So run that action.
Save him that time. If you tell him at the beginning of the season, hey, I'm going to need you to be our point guard. I'm going to need you to get our point guard. His handles, his assists, his playmaking ability would rise tremendously, just like we see Marcus Smart did. He didn't play point guard initially.
That's
but
true.
After a while, after the season, after he got better, I mean, look at him now. Just imagine if that was Jaylen Brown in those same shoes, beginning of the season, you're telling him to play point guard.
Maybe, brother. Ceiling, maybe.
I mean, his ceiling is 50 points a game with the triple-double. You know what I mean? Marcus Smart's never going to have that.
Hey, Trey, I feel that. Interesting. Let's see what the chat says. But, Trey, I appreciate the call, my guy. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
But, I mean, interesting take there. My whole thoughts, and someone else is saying, I wouldn't call it a terrible take. The mindset is correct. Yeah. It's almost like that Ben Simmons thing, because Ben Simmons is phenomenal, and no one's saying Ben Simmons and Jaylen Brown are in the same category shooting-wise. But, man, certain things just don't work. Jaylen Brown at point guard to me doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to think of anyone Jaylen Brown's skill set that plays guard. I can't think of one at 6'6".
No, Bobby. And I'm with them. I mean, Trey, you're right. I mean, if they went and, said, JB, we want you just to work in, on this skill set for X amount of time and gave him time to do, I'm sure he would get better, brother. But putting Marcus back off ball after all the time we wanted his ass to get on, you know what I mean? We didn't want him at the 2, and we finally got him where we want him. I don't want to put him back there. And then JB as the point guard, bro, he's almost averaging as many turnovers as he is assists right now, 2.8 to 3.4.
No. Yeah, it's rough there. Celtics Nation asked a good question here. I guess Bree can take this. If we get Bradley Beal, people love Bradley Beal. We'll probably get rid of Smart and assign and trade to who would you want the Celtics to run Beal? What? So would you want the Celtics to run Beal at point guard? Bree, you can take this. I don't know if you're a big Bradley Beal fan, but what's your thoughts?
Well, the only thing that entices me about Bradley Beal is his relationship with Jason Tatum. So if they already have chemistry, in history with each other, I'm sure them, ganging up will be perfect. But again, I'm hesitant to get rid of somebody who we've had being our backbone and our heart and soul of the team for years, just to ship him out for a question mark. But again, yes, I get that Beal would obviously be the superior person in that trade. So yes, the Celtics would be winning that trade, but it's just hard to, I don't like change. It's hard to get rid of someone that you saw being a Celtic for life and also getting that same type of, KG, Paul Pierce type treatment.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of things, and not just for the Celtics. I think a lot of teams don't like change. And I remember this. There's a movie I used to love, and Jags, I know you're a little older than me, so maybe you watched this movie too. There's a movie called Hey Arnold. It was a TV show, actually, and they made a movie about it. And then there was a big, fat guy who wanted to take down like their playground, and the dude was like, change is good. They want to put like a mall there. And ever since then, when I was 6 years old, I was like, you know what? Change is probably good for most things. We don't like it now, but down the road, it's probably better. Marcus Smart is great. I'm not going to call this man ever a heart and soul or what do people say, the grit and grind and the backbone of the team. Backbones need to get replaced every once in a while. And it's okay to move on and change guys for better positions. That's all I've said for a long time. But someone said something interesting. Green Bean Team, interesting name. There's only one ball. We go back to heavy ISO team, I feel like. And not saying ISO's bad, but when you have guys that can move without the ball, you end up playing a lot better. You just need a better point guard. No offense to Smart, but there's better guards out there to get. So, and someone said Rondo. A guy like Rondo would be a perfect example. A guy like Rondo with the same team, I don't know if we have 50 wins already, but we're a lot better offensively, I believe. That's my thoughts. Mr. Hall says Smart. Oh, go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just saying I'm with you all. I'm not real. I'm kind of out on Bradley Beal. Like wait,
hold on. Wait, what?
As far as adding Bradley Beal, I don't think that moves the needle enough. I mean, if you're going to get him, I can understand, like, if you're not sending out one of the Jays, bringing him in. But you're talking about a guy who back-to-back years averaged 30 points on 23 attempts or more, and then he dropped down to about 22 points this year. I was really intrigued to see him and Tatum play on Team USA, and unfortunately that didn't get to happen because Bree's right. I want to see that chemistry. There might be something special there. Shit, they're best friends. I get it. But for what that would cost and what that would mean for what we would have to send out, because you got to think, shit, Bradley almost makes double Marcus's contract. So you're sending out much more than just Marcus. It would gut our roster and it would gut what we're currently doing defensively. I don't want that either. I'm with Bree on the change.
Yeah, no, when you told me about the money situation before, you talked to some people that know the math real quick, and we basically can sign minimum guys for the most part. That's rough. I don't know what minimum guys want to go to Boston when basically all minimum guys are going to go to Miami or they're going to go to the Lakers anyway. Like the Malik Monks and the Kendrick Nunns, those guys are going to flock to LA to play with LeBron. When are we going to have those guys flock to play with Jason Tatum? When will that happen is the question.
Well, the question is, are you going to blow up your team just to get Bradley Beal? Like, you think that adding that one piece, adding Bradley Beal is going to get you a championship? Like, that's what you really need to look at.
No way.
And no way. So if the answer is no, then why would you risk all of that, all the chemistry, everything they've worked towards and built, getting to this point? Why would you then be like, nah, fuck it, blow it up, put Bradley Beal, let's get rid of these 5 guys and we'll see how it goes. Like, you can't, that's just too much of a risk. And we don't know if the reward would ultimately be a championship. Probably not. So that's what you got to look at, big picture.
Yeah, I feel that. I ain't mad at that. Someone says, Celtics Nation says something interesting. Here's the thing. People say that Celtics win. I think you said win with Beal. Okay, never mind. Celtics with Beal would be too much offense. Look at the Nets when they had Harden. In my opinion, the Celtics are real. I cannot read today. Celtics are closer to winning a championship with Beal. If you're comparing us with Tatum, Brown, and Beal, which I think Jack just said wouldn't be possible without trading probably Brown, unless you're doing Smart, White, probably a lot of other players, White. So it wouldn't make any sense that.
Yeah.
Even with that team still not better than KD, Kyrie, and Harden. I'm just sorry. Right. None of those guys are better playmaker than Harden.
Beal's do a super max, guys. Like,
yeah.
Oof.
Right.
Jay King says, I'm interested in how you and Jags do a podcast from the South. I don't know if that was a genuine question, but I mean, the internet allows us to do certain things, to hop on things.
Jay, we're both from Boston originally. I grew up there. I lived there 7 years. My mother, my grandparents, etc., are all from Boston, dating back to Ireland. Bobby is similar. military. We moved down to Jacksonville, Florida. Last time I went back to Boston to consider moving back, it was a blizzard. I said, y'all keep this shit. I'm going back to the beach.
My parents are immigrants from Nigeria, so they moved over. Obviously, that New York, Boston, Massachusetts area is obviously a hot destination for immigrants. They chose Boston because of a job, and then Bobby was formed. So, yeah, here we are. Now, let's talk about something even cooler than how we became Celtics fans. I have a special game to play. And I think the chat loves it. I love it because I like fooling people. I think that's just the best thing in the world. And Jax, I don't know about you, but I feel like I have a win streak against you just fooling you, big fella. I don't know what's going on, but I enjoy it.
Always. Let's be clear. Always. You always fool me.
I got a cool little clip of the last time we played some, cool little game that, maybe I just make up on the spot. Maybe I steal the game from Google. Who knows? But I have a cool little clip of the last time we played this game to see maybe how Jags, and now this time he has a new teammate, how they can do. Let's play a little clip real quick. What division do the Boston Celtics play in? Central, Northeast, Atlantic, or North?
Northeast, right?
Northeast. Interesting. Let's see the answer. It is the Atlantic Division. With the
really?
Sixers.
I feel like that was a trick question.
It was.
Oh my God, you totally tricked me.
Which player has the most All-Star appearances? Now, this is obviously as a career total. We have Celtics players Kevin Garnett, Larry Bird, Kyrie Irving himself, or Mr. Paul Pierce.
Paul?
B.
Paul Pierce. Jack says Larry Bird. The answer is Kevin Garnett actually has the most All-Star appearances. A lot of people spamming answers. Y'all were all wrong. So Anna was 2 for 5, I believe. That's not terrible. Geez. That's okay.
Guys, I've had a couple glasses of wine, so I'm gonna blame it on that.
So my girl Anna, shout out to Anna for joining the show last. I think it was last week. That was phenomenal. Anna was amazing. But obviously, she's blaming the wine on my amazing question making. I felt a little disrespect today. So I said, you know what? I need to make the questions even harder, but I have to make them to theme. And that's how people actually answering the questions in the chat. Big fella, what are y'all doing? That was from last week's stream. I don't know what y'all doing. Now, today's stream, we have some new questions. Bree and Jazz will team up. Obviously, the chat as well can answer the questions in the comment section and decide which answer is which. Now, I don't know about y'all. There's a couple of cool sports moments in my life. I love Super Bowl. I love the NBA Finals. But does anything really beat the month of March and March Madness? I don't think it does. So today's game, we're playing a phenomenal game brought to you by our beautiful friends at SeatGeek.com. If I can pull up the damn thing. There it is. Smooth Choices, the multiple choice game brought to you by SeatGeek.com. You can save $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek.com with promo code BeSmooth. Live events, concerts, games, any type of event you want to go to. Use SeatGeek for all your pleasure needs. SeatGeek.com. Check out more information down below in the description. Now, bless you.
Thank you.
We can do this thing with all these cool players. Now, obviously, the Celtics have phenomenal players, a lot of young talent. So I'm deciding to test Jags and Bree's ability to remember where these guys went to school. Let's see if these guys.
College.
You're going to follow today. Because here we go. The first question of the day. Jason Tatum played for which college? Yeah, North Carolina.
That's the only one I'm going to get.
No, I can't even get the question out. Michigan, Duke, Georgia Tech. I heard C. I heard B too. What we're going with here?
This is the only answer I'm going to get right.
We're going to go with C. Is C correct? It is correct. Jason Tatum. Shout out to him. Now, y'all thought this was going to be the difficulty of the questions. Come on.
That's going to be the only one I get right, and that was the only easy question. This is not fair. New game.
Here we go. Next question up. Marcus Smart played for which college?
Come on.
Ohio State, South Carolina, Kentucky, or Oklahoma State. Bree,
I'll give you this question. Bree, I'll give you a hint. It starts with, it's either A or D. How about that? Come on.
Well, that's not what my
A or D. Come on, Bree. You got it.
B or C. So, Ohio.
Let's go with either D or D.
She goes Ohio State. Jags goes Oklahoma State.
I don't follow college, so this game is definitely just for Jags.
The Jags goes, and it is Oklahoma State for Marcus Smart.
For pushing that fan.
Pushing the little white fan who was mad at him. I don't know why he was mad, but let's keep going. Next question. Derek White played for which college? USC, Colorado, Miami, or I think that's pronounced Xavier.
B.
Jag says
he actually transferred after going to a culinary school.
Well,
you said Derek White went to culinary school. Is that what you just said? Hold on.
Yeah, he wasn't heavily recruited out of college. He actually went to a culinary school and then transferred to Colorado.
So, Jack, you just have so much time on your hands to go. How did you know that? How did you what?
Bro, they've been comparing me to Derek
friend,
White for
everybody
months. You
chat.
don't think I need to figure out? I need to know his backstory. Shit.
Bree, what is your answer you're going with here? Jags
Yeah,
on
I'm
B.
definitely gonna just phone a friend, go with Jags' answer.
Thank you, Bree.
B.
I appreciate the
Colorado.
faith.
Final answer.
People in chat going B as well. It is Colorado from Mr. Derek White. Question
Johnson and
number
Wales. Thank you, Landon.
4. Sam Hauser played for which college? Virginia, Mercer,
Bree, you got
Yale,
this.
or Texas?
Go with your
Bree,
heart,
where
Bree.
did he play?
I don't know, Mercer.
Mercer,
Virginia.
interesting.
We're gonna go
Jags
with
goes
A.
Virginia. The
Well,
chat, people saying A, people saying, people
I
going
don't know
A.
why you would even pick Sam Hauser. He's not even relevant.
Not relevant. That's the perfect way. He's a question. Virginia is the answer for Mr. Sam Hauser. That is an ugly picture. But shout out to Sam
AKA
with the
fake,
amazing hair.
fake Gordon Hayward, target version of Gordon Hayward.
Target version of Gordon Hayward. We have one more question. See if we can get it right. I think Bree right now was 1 for 4. So it's rough out here, but Bree, I need you to get one right eventually.
There's
Here
no
we go. Luke Cornett.
Oh.
Man, another
Play for
random.
which
Why are you picking
college?
these people?
I need to trick y'all. Florida State,
Vanderbilt is my
UNLV, UMass, or Vanderbilt. She goes, which one do you pick?
I guess D, because I
You
don't know.
went D. Jags, where
I
you
don't
going
know
with
this one, to be real with you, bro. I'm gonna ride with Bree. I'm gonna
She's
put
gonna
my
go with
faith
Bree.
with her.
No,
D.
don't go with me. I've been wrong this
Nah,
whole
Bree,
time.
I believe in you. D.
People in chat saying C. D, they're just spamming random letters in the chat right now. I don't know what
I
the hell
got
you're
my
doing.
all Bree.
A,
I
B, C,
believe.
D, E, F, U. I don't know.
Here's the answer. It is
Woo!
actually
Oh
Vanderbilt.
my
Look
God,
at
shut
that.
up.
There it
That was
is.
such a guess.
Look
Good
at that.
shot.
Bree goes 2 for 5. Basically, and went last week. That's 40%. That is
Yeah,
another.
I don't have alcohol to blame it on. I just don't know anything about college ball. Sorry.
Good
We
job,
will love
Bree.
it. And shout out to March Madness. March Madness starts, I believe, on Thursday. I
on,
cannot wait to
yep.
watch that. But Bree, that wasn't bad. That wasn't terrible. Sorry
Well,
that
that
doesn't
was
know.
trash. I
a lot
want
of
a new
college hoops.
game. That was bullshit.
No, we like the game. The people in chat enjoying it. People were typing in E and F. Y'all were just typing in random letters in the
Bobby
damn
cheated me
That's
last
fine.
game, by the way, guys. When
Who
I
cheated?
said most all-stars, it was Larry Bird with the most Celtics all-star appearances of all time at 12.
Technically
likes
not
to
was the question.
Twist up the questions a little bit.
I would have
to
thought
give
Larry
us.
Bird too. I didn't think Kevin Garnett was the answer to that.
Someone said this
15
disrespectful.
time, yeah.
Hold on. My guy Steve, who was on the pregame show, said he should go back to college. That for Luke Cornett, that is disrespectful, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is crazy. I appreciate the love, though. A lot of people love the little games. I'll keep coming up with
They
more
are
games.
awesome, Bobby.
I just
play.
didn't know any of the answers.
Especially how much work. People have no idea how much time it goes into
For
making
me,
one of those.
I have a lot of fun making the graphics and tricking people. So if I can do both things at once, why not do them? I absolutely enjoy it. But we have another topic to talk about. And again, we can get to more callers again because I know I hang up on someone. That's my apologies. But we're going to get to you eventually. But Bree told me about this thing before the stream started. Actually, that's a lie. She told me about it last night in the DM. She sent me something that Jaylen Brown had posted on his IG page.
Oh, bring it on.
He posted what I thought Bree wasn't hip enough to know the song lyrics. I was like, Bree, what you might be tripping, but let's put it on the screen real quick. We have it. No, this is Jaylen Brown's thing. I don't know what it stands for. It stands for something.
I don't know what his Instagram handle means, but it means something.
But he said, took a while, got the Jokers out the deck, and obviously it's JB and JT. This is from the game yesterday. This was posted literally last night, I believe. But JB and JT celebrating. And obviously, Bree didn't hit me up. She was like, oh, is this a shot at Kyrie Irving? And I'm like, yes. Of course. Bree has to spin everything at a shot at Kyrie. And I don't know, people in the chat, your thoughts, and get me your thoughts down below. And I was like, yo, this is literally a lyric from Drake's Pound Cake song with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
and
of course it's a lyric.
Oh, of course it's a lyric song.
Listen, of course it's a song lyric, but things have meaning, okay? So think about it. Think about it. They finally took the Joker out the deck, meaning that they got rid of the problem. And remember how we wanted to say what? Irving wanted to be a Batman. Now he's a Robin. Nah, fuck that. He's the Joker.
I thought maybe Jaylen Brown watched the Batman movie a little recently.
He's not even a Batman or a Robin. He's just the Joker, and he's out, bro.
I thought it was a little bit of a stretch. Jags, I don't know what your thoughts is. What is it? I can't read that, but
faith, consistency, hard work pays off.
So that's what his brand is. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought the band's hoodie. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. But I think it's whole funny. And I told her that maybe it was Kemba Walker. That would make more sense recently. We had Kemba last year.
Shot at
They
Kemba.
took the Joker out, which could be Kemba.
Come on, Bobby.
Obviously, he's a New York guy. Gotham City's basically New York. It makes perfect sense.
Ah,
Kemba Walker was the Joker here.
kind of does
It's gonna
make
leak.
sense, but
Here we
Kemba,
go.
There was
come
not
on,
a
bro.
cancer. He did
Yeah,
nothing
he's the
wrong.
man.
Did we
Everyone
not
loves
see the man
Kemba.
shoot 2 of 15 in the playoffs? Talking about he wasn't.
Hey.
Come on, man.
You take shots though at people that are a pain in the asses you dislike, man. How do you dislike Kemba, man?
Yeah, no one can just like
everyone loves Kemba.
Look at his
Right.
smile. Come on now.
Yeah.
We all love Kemba. Kemba will be
Especially
smiling down 50.
March
we
Madness,
love
you
him.
said, baby. March Madness legend, Kemba Walker.
No,
True, that's
I'm
facts.
happy-
So,
Listen, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe I
We
like
are.
that drama, that low key drama. You know how they all
That
like,
is awesome, Bree.
like they make their burner accounts and their.
You tweeted that out? That it was Kyrie?
Oh, I said, oh hell yeah! I tweeted that out. I said, yeah, and the Joker was Kyrie. Deuces.
Bobby
carry
loves
on.
your Twitter, by the way. He's always shouting out your tweets.
anytime, if I need a laugh at night, there's 2 things I do. I watch Family Guy and I look on Bree's Twitter. Bree is roasting someone or saying some foolishness, and I absolutely love every minute of
I
it.
wow out.
Follow Bree on Twitter. Someone saying great point. It's not a great point. It was my point. That was better. I think Kemba Walker was the Joker.
It makes sense. Also, I know that everyone was complaining about my mic, so I bought this thing. If this doesn't help you with the
good
pop
shot.
or whatever, then it's just nothing can contain my loud Italian ass mouth. So deal with it. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else I can do. Maybe like stand 7 miles away from the mic. I'm just loud. Sorry, turn your volume down.
Bree is absolutely, upstaging me here. She got the anything possible. She probably got that from the game yesterday. Those probably all from the game yesterday. Now I think about
Bree,
it.
tell him
They
what
are.
your Twitter is.
Yeah, Bree, what is your Twitter?
BRIMARIED. Same on Instagram. Same on Twitter.
I'll see if I can find the Twitter here. I'm gonna take it pretty slow here. But
And,
we'll find the Twitter.
KG even reposted my post yesterday, which was so awesome and legendary. KG's hilarious. So yeah, he reposted my post. Yeah. And I was the only person he reposted it was the day before yesterday.
Cool.
So I was like prepping my posts. I literally like blew up his feed yesterday, but I only posted about him once 2 days ago and he reposted it. So it was awesome.
Fire.
Legendary.
You got it screenshotted?
Yeah, Bobby has
right.
it. The funny part is this isn't the first time he's interacted with me on Instagram. I actually, when we found out that his jersey was actually getting retired, I kind of posted like a spoiler, like, oh, I'm buying these tickets. I tagged him in it. He viewed my story, saw that I tagged him in it. And then the funny ass part was, right, he went through my entire Instagram story feed. Like, I don't know if he was bored. I don't know what, but he when I tagged him on that one post, he just clicked onto all my other posts. And I had a poll up that said, at this point, we were talking about Gordon Hayward. This is when we had Gordon Hayward. And I put up a poll, like a random ass poll on Instagram. And I said, keep him or trade him. And I'm not going to reveal what he answered, but he actually participated in the poll.
Holy shit. I'd have that printed out somewhere back here. That's cool.
I gave it to Be Smooth with his answer blurred out. But the fact that he engaged in my social media poll was hilarious.
That's fire.
So KG's like a real one. He'll look at everyone's posts. If he feels like he wants to repost it, he'll repost it. He's just such a funny dude.
There he is. Hardest working man.
Oh, it's trying a little slow here.
I'm not going to say what he picked, but you can guess what he picked.
I'm gonna guess he picked the trade man, but shout out to KG's always showing love to people.
Shout out to KG.
KG's
the reason I'm a Celtics fan. He's a GOAT for real.
Straight up.
I got Green Bean.
When I saw that tear run down his face, and then he said the best line of the night last night was he goes, Boston, Beantown. He goes, yo, I knew you guys fucked with me, but I didn't know you guys fucked with me like this. Yep. And it was just everyone was just on their feet cheering. We had the KG chants. It was just everyone in unison there to support a legend. And honestly, I'm glad that we did that, not only for him, but the fact that the Timberwolves fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They treated that man like shit.
Yeah, his jersey's not retired there yet, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's bullshit. It's not retired for them, and that's wild. All that man did for your franchise, and you don't give him the respect. So he even he's a classy guy. He even shouted out and said thank you to the Timberwolves, unlike Tom Brady when he said no words to the Patriots organization when he fake retired. But anyways, mind you, in the middle of all of my glory of recording KG for 2 hours straight on my phone, I get a fucking Bleacher Report notification telling me that Tom Brady unretired.
I know.
One day.
That set it on fire yesterday.
You can't give my man one 24-hour day to be like you knew. And someone's
Tom's
like,
seen
I
that
don't
Aaron
think Tom Brady.
Rodgers.
Yeah, people are like, I don't think Tom Brady cared to ruin KG's retirement game day that much. I'm like, yo, that's disrespect. The NFL always comes in on their bullshit and tries to ruin another sports moment. So yeah, that was bullshit. But anyways,
very interesting. And actually, someone this leads to me. I know Bree tweeted this on Twitter. She asked me to put the poll in the chat for people to also vote on. We have over 85 people who have voted. Who should have their jersey retired next? Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, or neither? You might be surprised at the damn results here. Ray Allen with 48% to get his jersey retired next, but shockingly, 32% said neither. Wow. That's pretty more. I think that's pretty interesting. I think that's a lot of people. I don't know.
Well,
what is the hate with Ray Allen?
It's such a controversial topic because a lot of people are like, oh, all these numbers shouldn't be retired. And then people are like, you're running out of numbers. What's the criteria? All this stuff, right?
Good argument.
X, Y, and Z. And yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. We've retired a ton of numbers. People are, going into the 99s and almost the triple digits. And we're going to, like I said in the last stream we did, we're going to have to use like asterisks and pound symbols at some point because we're about to run out of numbers. But it's like, that just is, that attributes to the fact that there's just been legends in history here. And yes, I agree with you, Be Smooth. History. We need to make that more present day and we need to get some banners up in this century. But in this decade,
this year.
But I don't know. That's such a tough question. Like, whose number should be retired next? I have no idea. Maybe it's Tatum if he stays long enough. I don't know. It's just I don't know what the criteria it should be. Like, is there like an actual like checklist that you need to meet to get your number retired, or are you it's just whatever they feel?
I think if you're just good enough, they kind of retire your number.
Yeah.
No Rondo shouldn't. Shout out to Rondo. Rondo, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame because pretty much everyone gets in the Hall of Fame, but he shouldn't get his jersey retired. I'm being honest. That's just not. It doesn't make sense. If he gets it, then everybody can get it. Ray Allen should. I don't think that's a question. If KG got in, it's just Ray Allen. I don't understand why he wouldn't get it.
I think both should fly up in the sky. To be honest, Bobby, you're not a Patriots fan, right? You rock with your Patriots, not Falcons?
No.
Patriots?
No. I haven't been to a Falcons game. I've been here for a long time.
Never asked you. I was just curious.
But someone said something pretty interesting. We started, and I got to do my little promo here. Shout out to Jay King. I think he called. He said, "How the f you get a ticket for that game, Bree? Maybe she used promo code Smooth SeatGeek.com. Maybe
through networking and through just being a Celtics fan, I knew one of the vendors, the sales vendors for the Celtics, and I've been friends with him for a while. I've bought a ton of tickets from him in the past. And so I just was very diligent about it. As soon as I found out when they were making the retirement game on the schedule, I hit him up directly and said, yo, give me a good price. I'm good for it. I'm a Celtics fan. Roll with me. And he sold them to me for decently priced for sure. Because if you're trying to buy last minute, you're buying like nosebleeds for like $400. So I got lower level for very decent priced. So just
shout out to Bree.
Good shot.
I want to tell you this. Bree is always, I say that my guy Jack's the hardest working man in Celtics media. Bree might turn into the hardest working woman here in Celtics media. She went to a game, yelled and screamed for an hour and a half, probably cried after the ending of the game, then was happy again for the ceremony. And then as soon as she gets home, telling me hey, Bobby, check out this link. This is going to be a good thing to talk about. And then again, even before the stream started, made a video that will be posted later on tonight. Uploaded.
I hate my internet.
the absolute terrible. She has McDonald's connection here. Other than the McDonald's connection, he has phenomenal takes.
Damn
I can't work on my internet so I can go to all the games. That's what it is.
Exactly.
But I am definitely. I need to. I know we talked about this with Jags, and I don't know when it will be. Maybe next season. I got to go up to Boston.
Coming.
I haven't been to TD Garden.
No. Next season, we're going.
We'll live stream the whole thing. Fuck that. Let's do it.
We're going without question, guys. 2022, 2023 season. I'm grabbing Bobby's ass in Atlanta, and we're flying up to Boston.
Hell yeah.
We're going to get it. It's going to be fun, man.
Definitely.
It will be definitely interesting. Someone said I went as well, sat in the floor.
Wow, weird flex. Okay. No,
when they play the Knicks. Bobby, so Sim can meet us up there.
That'd be a fun one.
That's
the
what
Knicks
we'll
Celtics with Sim. We get a little Celtics, Knicks, a little podcast going. We get Bree. I know a lot of people up there.
That's what we'll do. Well. Yeah, that'll be crazy.
Now I don't know if I can afford the seats that Bree's getting. I know Bree's, the big baller out here.
Last minute, we'll get some.
See, I feel like that's so risky, man. I don't know.
And stuff, then maybe we can go through the guy that I know. So let me know.
Someone said something really interesting, and I don't want to put you on blast here, but I will. Casey said Ray Allen doesn't embody Celtics pride. Well, Casey, if you would, we can put the number back on the screen. What the hell is Celtics pride then? If Ray Allen doesn't embody that, what's up?
I think what he's trying to say is the fact that he kind of pulled a LeBron James and just left a franchise to.
There was another good one. Let me find it,
please.
This one right here.
Ray Allen was a mercenary. He came in, got his chip, and left. No way should ever be retired. So, like I
said, he kind of pulled a Kawhi, right? But not in that sense that it was just a one and done. Like Ray Allen put in work, put in time. Ray Allen is like probably one of the best 3-point shooters I've ever seen in my entire life. He just was quick, no reaction. Just there was literally like he caught it and shot it, and it was phenomenal. He was definitely a sight to see when you saw him live playing. It's hard to hate on him as a person, but yes, I understand. Like Celtics fans tend to be bitter. So if you leave our franchise on a shitty note or a shitty way, we're going to hold that grudge. But you know what? If KG and Paul Pierce can get over it and hug it out, if you see the photo, they hugged it out. I think that we can get over it too. He's still a really good player. Does he embody Celtic pride? Probably not 100%. But you know what? Let's give him a pass because he helped us get to where we were. So
I'm putting the number back on the screen. Someone actually just called me again. I hung up on you an accident. 404-494-0428. Go ahead and give a call. Share your thoughts. Should Ray Allen get his number retired? And I was going to say something about this. And I saw this comment. That made me laugh a little bit. But Bobby, get Anna to hook you up. I don't know if Anna likes me like that now. I think Anna was kind of disappointed in my trivia game there. So I don't know if Anna will help me out here. But I think it's weird that this Celtics hate and someone, I know you weren't going as far as the Kawhi analogy, but it's like, never mind. We got a caller. I'll share my thoughts a little later here. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah, can you turn down the stream in the background so we don't get a little echo? But we're good to go, my guy. Your thoughts? I think your name was Jay. What is your thoughts here on this little topic?
Yeah. So, I talked about the Ray Allen thing. I mean, Ray Allen probably should get back on the list. Be on Raising the Raptors, bro. Of course. What are you doing like 3-point shooting wise? Like that was historic. Like he was like above 40% shooter year by year when he was in Boston. Like,
so you're saying no doubt he should get his number retired. You don't believe
what he say, Bobby?
You were saying they should get his number retired.
Yeah. I mean, he should get his number retired. I wouldn't be against it. The only thing that I'm against, the only reason that sucks about it is that, bro, like 20 is a good number. Let's be real with y'all, bro. Like 20 is a good number. Like, man, listen. Having 20.
Yeah, go ahead.
20 off in the Raptors, bro. Like, he's running 0 right now. Like, come on.
So you're saying.
Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're basically saying that it's kind of I think what Bree was saying before. That we're going to run out of numbers eventually. You have Tatum wearing 0.
Like we're running out of numbers.
We're going to have the 0 eventually, like the Aaron Gordon thing. We're going to run out of numbers eventually.
Yeah, we're going to have some nasty numbers, bro. We're going to have somebody wearing like 42, 43. I mean, that's out.
We got Al Horford already rocking 42,
yeah. 99.
And also about Rondo, I mean, I feel like put your Rondo thing, I think Rondo would probably get in the Raptors. Because I mean, I do agree with the Hall of Fame take you had. But the thing is that most of Rondo's prime years was in Boston. Like when he was in Boston, he was like clocking out like 14 assists a year. His best, like one of the best defensive guards in the league. It probably would happen, but
yeah, I feel that, man. Jay,
no doubt.
Yeah, Jay, appreciate your call, my guy. Appreciate the takes.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to Jay. I think it's interesting, and someone said something pretty interesting in the chat as well. Shout out to Jay. I'm not even going to pretend I can pronounce your name, but we should retire names. We're not going to have any numbers under 30. I don't know if I'm opposed to that. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's pretty interesting. I know football stadiums do that. They have their name in the Raptors with a number. And I know sometimes they do retire the number so no one can ever wear them again. But like the Cowboys, I know Bree's not an NFL guy, but Cowboys players wear the number 88 all the time. Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, now CeeDee Lamb, they all wear 88, even though that's a legendary number. And Des Bryant wore it too. So I don't think there's anything wrong with Hall of Famers letting other players use their number. It's not going to what's the word I'm looking for? Hurt their legendary status because some random bum came for a season and used your number 33. Okay, maybe not 33, but 32 or something. I don't know. Just a random number. That's just my thoughts. And Ron says, blank Antoine should be in the little Hall of Fame. And hey, Antoine, if people think Ray Allen was a snake, then what is Antoine Walker then? Antoine Walker left high and dry and went to Miami, won the title in the second year he was gone, if not first year he was gone. So I don't know. I'm all for winning titles, man. I really am.
Shout out to Antoine Walker.
Shout out to Antoine. I see him on TV all the
big
time.
boy couldn't even fit in a seat last night.
He saved me from having to buy a Kimba jersey.
Yo.
Whoa. Okay, I'm not gonna put that on the screen. That look, I don't know if that was a sexual thing or not, but I thought it was funny. But never mind. Hold on, Jax, you're probably gonna see this now. Let me start so you can see it. Maybe I'm tripping. Jax, look at the star mention and see if that's a rough one or not. But that's an interesting comment there. Rondo was dropping triple doubles before Westbrook. He was a really good point guard. He's not on Russell Westbrook's level at all, but he was a really good player. Someone said retire 20. And again, Gordon Hayward wore 20. I don't think anyone's upset that Gordon Hayward wore 20 for, when Ray Allen had left before. Souls didn't resign. Interesting. Jake said it's good.
Run it should.
So Ron says Ray Allen's wife did more for Boston than Ray. Now, I didn't know if that was a sexual connotation there. If there's something I don't know because I'm not hip to 2009 knowledge, but
he could be talking charity for all I know. So
charity, maybe
help us out,
charity.
man.
I know KG was talking
about drama.
I don't know if this is
West, LeBron's mom type situation. No idea.
Yeah, that might be what's going on.
She had a cooking show. Okay, Ron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she had a cooking show.
That's what I was going. I had no knowledge of drama, so
okay, I'm out with that. Jay says, listen, I appreciate Allen for his time in Boston, but absolutely no way should his number ever be retired. That's what I'm saying. It feels like just so harsh to say that. Like it should never be, even though he was here, maybe 2 years longer than KG. He won a title with KG. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. If KG got it, why not Ray Allen? That's my whole topic there. The Heat should retire Ray's jersey. Dude saved the big three from
he did
epic. I don't know about epic failure. They would have lost in 6, so it wouldn't be epic failure.
What a clutch shot that was, though, man.
Second clutchest shot in NBA history behind Kyrie Irving. Whether it was a game winner or a go-ahead shot, like we were talking about last week, it didn't matter. The clutchest shot in NBA history. Someone said fat shaming. Big fellow, what are you talking about? Shout out to homeboy.
Sorry, but he couldn't fit in the seat.
No, Antoine.
He said this team would have had Duncan.
It's not my fault.
And I saw that picture though.
I got one. Bobby, KG all-time power forward. Where do you rank him?
Man, call me on the spot there. I think for me,
I know. I'm sorry.
I still have Tim Duncan number 1. I think Giannis, even at 26 years old, is better than Dirk. He's better than KG. He's better than Barkley. Better than Moses or Karl Malone. I got Giannis at 2. Give me Dirk at 3, Moses at 4, and then probably give me Chuck. Oh, no, excuse me. I mean, KG at 4, Moses at 5, and then give me Charles Barkley at 6. And again, people put Moses at center sometimes. That's cool. And I don't like Karl Malone, so I'm not going to put him on my list. So that's just how I rock.
What's hard about that, though? What's hard about that is I feel like you really can't critique people in different decades because there was never a 3-point line way back in the day. Like there were the game of basketball has just evolved and
the shot clock, the pace,
as we go. Exactly. So like it's now all about the 3-ball or whatever, or big 3 or whatever. So it's like, it's really hard to make like general statements like that because I feel like
true.
When people, try and critique like LeBron and Michael Jordan against like Bill Russell, who has 11 rings, like it's just so hard to do that because it's a completely different era and time period. So it's really hard to make that accurate comparison because the game has changed so much from when those guys played. So I don't know. It's really tough, but like you can do your best by trying to make a list like that. But again, like people can have an argument with you till the night ends about why you can't do that.
So you're not a big fan of the Jordan LeBron debates or the the KD Bird debate. You're not a big fan of those?
No, because like I said, you can't accurately compare them because the game was so different back then.
It's just like all the old guys, like, oh, they could never play in my era, and
right, or all the
we'll
stats that they're coming up with now that they're keeping track of now, they didn't keep track of back then. Like it's like, so it's just so hard to have like an accurate like viewpoint on that because everything has changed and the game has evolved. And like, imagine back in the day if they could shoot threes, what their score, like what their total points would be and what their records would be. And it's just tough because you didn't keep track of that back then. So to say Steph is the best 3-point shooter of all time, it's because other people didn't have a chance to, or they didn't keep the record of it back then. And then that like how Wilt Chamberlain has like 118, I believe it was. Oh, there was like this ridiculous.
It was straight 30-point games, I believe.
Yeah, something like that, right? And like LeBron had like 20 or some shit or 50, and Wilt has like 118. It's like, damn! Imagine if they kept track of other things that those guys did back then. Like, they wouldn't be able to even chase these people. So, I don't know. It's tough.
So
you could say, oh well, the game wasn't as hard back then, and it was easy for them to score, and that's why those players scored that much. Like. It's just really hard to say that because if you talk to a guy back then who played in the league back then, they would say that their generation was harder to play. So it's all just skepticism.
So Chico's in bed, Landon. I'm sorry, man. His old ass ain't getting out of bed, brother.
So I feel that, and I'm kind of with you. And I think for most people, for me, I just love the conversation. I could debate with, honestly, President Obama. I could debate with any person in the world and have a good conversation with because I just love debating and talking about things that might be right, might be wrong. But I feel like I'm still on this point here. And again, it might sound newer. I have people that comment on videos that are 60, 70 years old saying, oh, man, these guys could never play back in the 1970s or LeBron be put on his butt if he ever drive to the rim, which, again, is just not true. LeBron will still be phenomenal 30 years ago. But I think the statement kind of still stands for me. There are certain players like Bird and Magic and those guys that played in the 80s and 70s that can play in today's game, no question. I believe it. Now, is Jordan averaging 45 points? No, hell no. That's not happening. I don't care who you are. However, this guy had an interesting statement. Green Bean team. Aaron Neesmith will be a Hall of Famer and destroy NBA players in the 1950s. This is probably true. I really do believe this. If Aaron Neesmith today hopped in a time machine and went to Bill Russell's era, he'd be the greatest of all time. They wouldn't know how to guard him. He'd get to the rim at will, and no one's as fast or as quick as him. I've been on that statement of these guys are just, obviously the medicine's way better. There's guys that can train harder and train better. And obviously they got a chance to watch these players and take from their game so they can be better now. I don't know.
Do you think that this era of basketball is more soft and whiny and annoying?
Whiny, no, because I've seen clips of Michael Jordan talking to the ref. Hey, he fouled me there. And they were complaining back then too. So it's just different levels of, I guess, whininess. Soft, I think the game needed to be softer. Marketing-wise, advertising-wise. The game of basketball is more globally known now than it was in the 1980s, where guys were punching people and there were literally guys trying to kill each other on the floor taking cheap shots. Right. So, yeah, I think it was way better to have the game to be softer. Sure, there's the 1980s guys not like that anymore. Cool. Find something else to watch. There's UFC. But I don't know. It's just how it is.
Sometimes, though, the refs will eject someone for no reason or call a tech for no reason. So I think that needs to be tightened up a little bit because – some of the ejections I've seen, like for no reason, like, oh, because he said fuck or something, you're going to eject him from the game. Like, get out of here. You're going to ruin this man's game just because he said one word to you because you felt disrespected. Like, no. I think
that's two instances recently of where refs have been better and then they've been worse. So yesterday's game, and it feels like so long ago, but Robert Williams got a technical for being upset at the fourth foul. Then obviously he fouled him. He did foul him. But it's like he's frustrated and he just swings his fist, technical foul. We saw a couple of nights ago, Thursday last week, where it was Sixers and what was the team name? The Nets. They were playing, and Joel Embiid bodies KD down low. They get up, they're talking trash. The whole crowd loves it, and the refs just say, just stand between them,
That's a good
let them
point,
talk their
Bobby.
trash, let them go. That's how refs should be. Allow them to talk trash.
Just
when
a
it gets
little.
personal, then you stop it. You all tag.
Like if they're throwing hands, that's a different story. But if you're getting mad, if you're literally giving someone a technical foul because they're showing emotion that they're upset with a call, like why are you punishing them for showing their emotion about being frustrated with the call? That means that they're passionate about the game and the sport. Agreed. What do you want them to be Kawhi like a fucking robot and not say one word?
There's only one Kawhi Leonard.
There's only one Kawhi Leonard, bro.
You want him to just have no emotion and be like, all right, go up, I guess. Like, come on. If they're literally punching each other in the face, then that's a problem. But if they're exactly what you said, I loved that KD and
that was awesome.
In their face.
It was awesome.
That was like the highlight. People were talking about that because they want to see that type of rivalry fight, that type of confrontation. It makes it a game within a game. It makes it fun to watch. So if the refs are going to like have their whistle literally glued to their mouth and throwing people out for tic-tac reasons, it's just going to make people not want to watch the game because that's bullshit.
Y'all are both spot on.
Yeah, I feel that. We're going to round up here soon. I want to take some more calls to end this out, but I have a couple of cool comments I want to talk about really fast. Real quick, Retake says, bro, I love Giannis, but he is not better than KG, bro.
Ooh, that's
definitely top
one.
5. I don't think it's close. Giannis at 26 has been better now than KG's whole career. I don't think that's exaggerated. Giannis has 2 MVPs. He already won a title by himself that KG couldn't do. I don't think how it's close. I don't know. Statistically as well, it's not close.
Before I forget, Bobby, because I know Bree mentioned the Jordan, LeBron hating that whole debate thing. Help me. What did LeBron just do? First ever 10K points?
It was 30, 10, and 10. And he's going to get 40, 10, and 10 whenever he's done. But
then he just did something, right, where he had 10,000 points. He's the only player of all time to score 10,000 points, assists, and rebounds.
Or something.
Yeah. Yes.
And let me ask you this, because we're going to be hearing that argument a lot very soon, because he's right now on pace, I think, next season to break Kareem's record for most points. I mean, if he averages like 18 points a game or some shit, he's going to break it next year. So get ready, guys, because once he breaks that record, it's going to be all over again about LeBron versus Jordan debate.
Yeah,
and we see it all over
that
TV
conversation
now.
Talking about himself. So can't wait.
Hey, if you break records,
himself.
A scoring record that hasn't been broken since Kareem retired, and he retired like 94, 93.
It's crazy. He's going to break that.
I would see it on Instagram every day, and I would love to see it because I don't know. But Landon asked Bobby, and shout out to Landon. Landon's always in the streams. Will Bobby ever do a Celtics game show with contestants? That's a great idea, and I might steal that. That sounds pretty fun. Take a lot of work to do and grab some guests, but that sounds pretty fun. I like that idea. Next up, we have Green. Well, no, I saw this one. Retake says, I want to debate on that KG take, no cap, because that's crazy. We'll put the phone back on really quick. And then last up, I don't really F with Twitter. Too toxic. You guys on IG. Bree is on IG. I don't really use it. Jags, I don't know if you use IG much.
Yeah, guys. If y'all find one of us, you'll find all of us.
Yeah. I'll put Bree's IG here.
I have about 30 things up right now from
Bree
the
will lead you to us.
Through Bree, I believe this is how it is, but through Bree, you'll find all of us. I don't really use IG much. But yes. And we'll put the number back on the screen real quick. But real quick, what statistic are you seeing Giannis is just athletic and would struggle against KG? No, he wouldn't.
I knew this was going to be a good one.
I don't know what you're talking about,
KG.
Man. He would struggle. KG, when he got older to Boston, he was a lot stronger. Giannis is stronger now at 26 than KG probably ever was. So he would put him on his butt too. I'm being honest. So yes, the same height, but where Giannis is more athletic and he's stronger than Giannis. He's quicker than KG. I don't think it's close. And obviously I think Giannis is averaging like 28.8 points a game, like 11 boards, 5 assists. I'm sorry. To me, it's not close.
Do you see them coming out of the East?
Yeah. I'd be shocked if they didn't. If they didn't, because the Nets beat them. But yeah, I have no more than Nets. Yeah.
Wow.
And Bobby, it's actually 3 straight years now. Giannis has averaged between 28 and 30 points, 11 and 14 rebounds, and 5 and 6 assists.
He would win MVP this year if he hadn't won 2 already. But we got a caller coming in. Yo, man, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Yo, bro, it's Retake, bro. How's it going, man?
Retake, my guy. How you feeling? I think you were the guy who was upset about the KG Giannis take. My guy, what's your thoughts and opinions here?
Hey, let me also be clear. It's not really upset about it, bro. I mean, like I said, Giannis is definitely top 10. If anybody thinks they've done that, They just need to stop. But the thing is that I feel like what you need to realize is that you keep bringing up kind of like Celtics KG, when I feel like most of us are referring to Minnesota KG. Now I feel you with your take with the whole, the statistics, and all the statistics and that. I know you're a type of guy that kind of likes offensive capabilities more than anything else, it seems like. But I mean, I just can't. I mean, Giannis can give me like at least like three more years of just that type of dominance. At least 3 to 2 more years, and I'm cool with it.
Okay, can I ask you something? Retake.
Longevity does matter.
Let me ask you some longevity. Yeah. Interesting. Can you name one KG year better than any of Giannis's last 3? Just one. Even when he won MVP, it wasn't better than Giannis's year.
24, 14, and 5 is MVP year.
It's a common knowledge that people actually, on the NBA, bro, like, people literally say KG had one of the greatest peaks of all time.
So, Jags, you have his...
KG did everything.
24, 14, 5.
Everything.
So, retake, hold on. Retake, hold on. So, Jags told me he was 24, 12, and 5. And that was his best year. Now, MVP. Giannis's... A year that Giannis didn't win MVP, last year Giannis was 29, 11, and 6. That was when Giannis didn't win MVP after winning back-to-back.
Okay.
So if Giannis's worst year is not even close to KD's best year, it's not close. And again, Giannis is a great defender too.
Keep going,
but yeah, it's just, to me, it's not close at all. But you have another take. I know you were commenting more stuff in the chat here, but you had any other things you would like to?
I actually had a response to that right there.
Oh, what's up?
I feel like you also have to realize that the pacing back then was also slower, so literally we would have
less possession.
So it's the same thing for Tim Duncan, because actually, if you're going this far, why not say this Tim Duncan? Because Tim Duncan also, it's just not even close either. So it wouldn't also make sense for that. But like, and also, I think that the thing is that, like I said before, in the same thing could be said about Tim Duncan, where he also played for a team that the pacing was slower. It's just way too. I feel like when we go into these type of conversations, I feel like I feel you when the takes on how the NBA players back in the day also kind of disrespect these players today. I guess. Like I mean, maybe you heard about the what's his name? Charles Oakley thing.
I heard about that.
You heard about it?
Yeah, Oakley said that Giannis couldn't play in the 80s, which obviously is.
He went hanging easily. I'm like, bro, like who would body you? But
that's a good point with Tim Duncan. Retake.
He has to be the other way around too. I just think that.
Duncan's a 5-time champion, though.
Yeah. Retake. Hey.
I'm gonna be playing today.
Yeah, retake. Appreciate all the takes, my guy. Appreciate all the takes, man. Good point, especially with the Tim Duncan take. But hey, I'll see you, man. Have a good night, man. Shout out to retake. That's a good point with Tim Duncan. But I mean, Tim Duncan was obviously a lot more successful, even with the slower pace. Yeah. And obviously, again, Tim Duncan had a better team, better coach than KG's best teammate was probably what Sprewell for a couple of years and Cassell. So obviously Duncan had Ginobili, Parker.
Your best player was Sam
Cassell and Robinson for a couple of years.
It's just so tough because you can have like solid big threes and pieces and not win at all, win a championship at all, or only win one. So it's just like everything has to be just right and lined up perfectly. Everything has to go perfectly for you to win a ring. So,
and you can still run into Kobe in the finals, 2010.
So it's like no matter what, the obstacle to get a banner or a ring or anything is so tough. So
it is only one.
Right.
Only one every year. Mr. Hall said
at all. So it's just
you said Giannis won MVP after Holiday shot. He won 2 before Holiday shot. I don't know what you're talking about. He won a finals MVP
championship afterward,
But yeah, it is tough. And I guess that's why I don't believe that championship should be the end all be all. And again, maybe one day maybe we can all do a top 10 all-time list. I don't know. I know Bree doesn't like the historical stuff, but maybe we can do an all NBA top 10 and share our opinions there. But I'm not a big fan of, one guy's not good because he didn't win a title. Charles Barkley's amazing.
Yeah,
Is he
I
better
was
than
just
Giannis?
gonna say,
No.
he's probably
but
the number one person that we can look to and be like, he did really well for himself personally, but he never won a ring. And obviously,
Team wasn't
Shaq
good enough.
hangs that over his head every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
Plenty
still
of
in
them.
the top
Karl Malone.
75. Yeah, he's still in the top 75, and he still made a name for himself. But that just goes to show how hard it is. You could literally spend your whole life playing a game and not have a ring. CP3, not have a ring.
Allen Iverson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so
just
many of them.
tough. It's tough.
It is very tough. We're going to be rounding up here shortly. Appreciate all the conversation. Someone said James Harden's in that conversation as well, but I mean, he has a great teammate now. And
Westbrook,
Mr. Hall,
Harden.
I don't know what the hell this man's talking about
Yeah,
here.
when it was KD, Westbrook, and Harden, how did you not win something? I don't know. It's just
I was going to mention that as well. But Mr. Hall says, before Holiday, what did Giannis do? I swear people don't believe Google is
Defensive
free.
Player of the Year, 2-time
Google
MVP.
it. He was 2-time MVP before Holiday was even thought of coming to Milwaukee. Just Google it, man. It's free. But this is what I want to end the show on, and people can maybe share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. People oftentimes, I think we had this conversation, Jags, with Corrales and Adam Taylor, I believe is what his name was. Maybe it was someone else. But talking about just being patient, and I'm more for in the NBA and the NFL style is you win now, worry later. The whole thing, LeBron was saying, F them picks. Forget about having these young pieces now. Give me players that can win today. Obviously, work for LeBron. He got AD. They won. Lonzo's great. Or All-Star. Julius Randle is a really good player. But guess what? We won a championship. That's what you're trying to do here. Looking at the Thunder in 2012 when they had that great group of guys with Russell, Katie, and Harden, Ibaka on the bench, Nick Collison, Steven Adams on the way in a year or so, to think that those guys never got back to a finals is wild.
Yeah.
So that's my statement of saying, why be cool with just being okay with Tatum and Brown? Why not try to be better? Why waste 7-8 years of Tatum and Brown's career saying, oh, let's not trade for anyone because they're going to eventually win, when Russell, KD, and Harden couldn't win? That's been my thing for a long time, and players and they're still in the damn league. So, Jags, I don't know your thoughts on that, of staying, where you are and not trying to get better.
I like where the Celtics are right now as far as what they're building, their core, and what they're actually, the momentum that's starting to come behind this team as it all starts to click. However, Bobby, if the right superstar and the right deal came across, I mean, of course, I'm going to pick up the phone and listen to it, but it would have to be the right one because, again, I'm telling you, not this offseason because we don't have the money, but that next offseason, when that $27 million comes off, I mean, you can really add something, or two $15 million dollar players that could really do some damage with this team. I don't think they need to break up this core. Just add the right pieces, and we'll be knocking on the door soon enough. Amen.
Bree, your thoughts here?
Well, I guess it's that same argument, right? Like, do you want a rental for a year and just to get a chip, and then you don't know if that person who you threw people away for will stay or not, or if they're definitely going to go after 1 year, and then you kind of destroyed what you just took all year to build? It's just one of those things. Like, do you want to gamble and risk it just for a banner, a chip, or do you want something that's long lasting, has longevity behind it? So it's really a waiting game. Like, I think that you're not really, I think you're pulling the trigger a little bit too quick because, like I said to you, having the Rob, Jaylen, and Jason kind of trio there, it's only been 20 games, maybe 20, maybe 30 that they've all been healthy and playing consistently. So it's kind of tough to be like, okay, seeing that this is working and you guys pulled yourself out from being like the 13th seed all the way up to the 15th to the 5 seed. Now I'm going to say, nah, that wasn't good enough. We don't care about you. We're going to get somebody different. Now, if you're talking about money, numbers, luxury tax, all that bullshit, I'm not good with the numbers and the math and all the logistics, but I know that they have some people like that do like veteran deals, right, for cheap. So if you're trying to do something like that, that might be good. If we get that $27 million off, pick up 2 vets for the veteran deal or whatever it is, whatever it's called. What is it? The Rose? Is it something like Rose deal or some shit like that?
That's for young players, more of like minimum level exemptions or max players.
We have exceptions.
We have one last call for the evening here, and we'll wrap it up. Yo. Hello? I heard myself in the background there. Interesting. Got a little prank call there.
The Rose rule, Bree, was when we had Kyrie and we could not trade for Anthony Davis. It's when you're at a certain age on a rookie scale contract and you've had certain accomplishments, made an all-NBA team, so we couldn't actually get AD.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if we can pick up some guys that have,
on the exceptions, yeah, you're right.
On the exceptions, and also like
we can do that this offseason.
Yeah, I would be down for that if it doesn't hurt us. Obviously, Dad Brad, GM Stevens has said that he's going to do things to make the team better. Obviously, that's the goal. Everyone wants to do something that'll make our team better. However, you obviously want to stay away from touching Jaylen or Jason. You want to keep them. And I want to add Rob into that conversation. I want those three to be untouchable. Everybody else can be fair game. Do I want Marcus Smart to go? No, but it's his 7th year. He's definitely shown improvement, but if we can get rid of him for something a lot better, and that's going to definitely be a piece that we can get to the finals or even beyond, I'm fine with that, if that's what we have to do.
We got the person calling back. Let's see if the person answers this time around. Yo, you were live. All right, bro. So phone is off. Homie is just not gonna answer the damn phone. Appreciate you. I had a couple cool comments and we can round it out because it's starting to get a little late here in the evening. Fun stream, man. Really fun stream. I'm not gonna read your comment, Big MGM. That's just an L tag. I'm not gonna hold you. Luis says also we can't hang on to these bench pieces. I can't read for years and not move on to play them and develop. You're talking about the Neesmiths and maybe the Pritchards. When we had Langford as well. I'm cool with that, but I'd rather get veteran guys and keep drafting guys in the 16th pick. And Brad Stevens looking like he's like me. That's back-to-back years he's traded first-round picks. I'm cool with that.
You know who I would want? I would want something like the fact that the Nets are so deep that they have fucking Blake Griffin on their bench.
Doesn't even play.
Saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't even play. Like, that's what I want for
us.
I would love that type of like reinforcements. I would love people that is, someone that you can rely on just sitting on your bench like that. DeAndre Jordan, people like that. That's
the problem with that, Bree, is that goes back to what Bobby always says. Like those guys you're naming are all X-star, all-star, really high-level players that are now aged, bought out. And guess what? They're going title chasing or they're going to Miami or LA.
That makes sense. But why couldn't
you're right.
Title chase here? Because wouldn't you see the potential in Jaylen and Jason? Why wouldn't you think, okay, maybe I can add value to that franchise?
Maybe one day. I think you're on to something. And I think as those two start aging up, it could potentially get there. But then it goes, Boston over LA or Miami. But I do think one day, well,
I think that's why we get the mild-mannered superstars, right? Or all-stars like Kemba Walker and Gordon Hayward. And then it was just super random that we got the Kyrie Irving thing. Like, I feel like we're getting the stars that are nice and well-mannered and aren't huge personalities and aren't huge, forces on the NBA, like in the NBA. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, would someone like DeAndre Jordan or like a Lou Will come here? Probably not, which sucks. I wish we could entice them to come
Will
here.
will be a free agent this offseason, actually. That'd
be amazing. 6-man like
him.
I would love him.
Kyle Anderson.
Go to the Hawks and bring him over here, Be Smooth.
I'll just put him on a plane real fast. We'll see where we can get him up to Boston here. Rounding up, we had a cool comment. I'd bring back Al on a vet minimum once he gets his contract off the books. My fear is that he can probably get more money elsewhere. Now, obviously, Anna says it was a mistake for him to leave in the first place, and he came back home somehow. Maybe he would. I don't know about vet minimum. That's a little too much. Or too little. He'll probably take like maybe 4 or 5 million. But
why that's interesting though, Bobby, is because that kind of goes to he makes 27 mil next year. So you're essentially saying what? Let him ride out the entirety of his contract and then re-sign him. Yeah. Or, because he would be the one that could potentially be moved this offseason if they're trying to shake things up. But I'm with you. I think if they don't move anything and Al is brought back, then you could probably see him on our team-friendly deal the following offseason. Now, he'll be 37 years old, but
he wouldn't
still.
Much, yeah, but.
Is that too much money to pay him, though? I mean, if you get rid of him, we have Tice and we have Rob and we have –
they would bring somebody else in.
They would have to.
Cornette and I don't know.
For Bigman, that's it. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's it, right? So you would either have to grab another center for cheap or, try and see if we could convince Al to settle on a different contract that's less. Because I feel like $27 million for Al Horford, as much as he's done great things, he's aging out and he is not worth that much.
That's so much money. It's more than Jaylen Brown makes.
It feels like deja vu because when we signed him the first time around, it was on a max deal. And I was like, this man should not be getting paid the max. I don't even know who he is.
He's always
it's kind of disrespectful, but like I didn't know who he was. Like he was on the Hawks. I didn't know him. I was like, why the fuck are we paying this man all this money? And then when he came here, he wasn't really good in the first year. And then he got better. And then he grew on me. And then I apologized and said, okay, I see why we like Al Horford now. And then we got rid of him. Now we got him back. And I was like, okay, welcome back. Let's see how it goes. He's done great, but definitely not worth that price tag.
Yeah.
Too overpriced both times we've signed him. Too overpriced.
We'll see what we can do. I love the NFL because the NFL Jags, I don't know if you've seen like the free agency obviously started today.
Oh yeah, man. My Jags are going crazy.
The Jags are going crazy. They were trading some good guys and signing some good guys away. But what was I going to say? The NFL, they do such a great thing with the salary cap, obviously, and they're able to like move money around. I don't know why in the NBA that doesn't happen. I don't know if the NFL, they're just ways to get around it. But there's ways that, hey, you'll be $10 million over the cap. Next thing you know, they do a couple of trades. They do some salary cuts. Next thing you know, they're $20 million under the cap. So the Celtics, I don't know if there's some magic money moves that Brad Stevens can make with that Al Horford deal. Does Al get some of that money and give it back? Maybe take a little pay cut, allow them to sign some players. If I have my money, I'm probably not giving it back.
TPEs, right? We still got
TPEs as well.
Yeah.
Well, if you had such a shitty experience going to Philly, I feel like you would take a pay cut just to stay where you are because you don't want to risk going back out into the wild and then like get in a worse spot. So
it depends on It goes back to what Bobby said, what he's being offered, because there could be contenders out there. I mean, who knows what Al's going to be worth after this contract's up. But if he would be willing to stick around on a vet min, that would be awesome.
That'd be perfect. That'd be ideal for us for sure.
Last question. And someone said NFL is not fully guaranteed. Well, tell Kirk Cousins that he got 35 fully guaranteed million this morning.
I know.
And Kirk Cousins probably isn't better than high school quarterbacks.
I couldn't believe they brought him back on a 1 year.
100%.
MLB is back.
Who's back?
The MLB. Baseball's back.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
I just want to talk about another sport since we're talking about the NFL.
We have, I know I told people we're going to end. We're going to give this man 2 minutes. We're going to give this man 2 minutes.
Very happy that the Red Sox and baseball is back.
To accept, press 1.
I'm stupid.
To send a voice goodbye, your
all
right,
shit.
That's why I should not answer. Alrighty, we're out of here.
They'll call it 5 a.m.
Speaking of baseball stuff, real quick. Again, use promo code SeatGeek. Use promo code BeastMove at SeatGeek.com. Baseball comes back, I believe, next month or so. And again, you guys will see me opening weekend, home of the World Series champions, the Atlanta Braves.
Hey.
I will be in attendance for that game. The little ceremony is going to be fun. It's going to be amazing.
Freddie Freeman or what?
Freddie, hey, we won the title. He can go out. I think he's going to New York or something like that. That's cool.
He's a free agent.
That's beautiful. We got Ronald Acuna Jr., so we are chilling. We are fine here. The Red Sox need some help here. Red Sox are in trouble. So let's see what the Red Sox do in the season. Because I know Bree's Twitter. Follow Bree on Twitter. She'll tweet all about some Red Sox action. Follow us on Twitter, IG, Jax Riches, Bree Marie D, and your boy B Smooth. Someone said Bobby hung up on Al Horford. I probably did. I'm out of here. Peace out. God bless. And I will see y'all probably tomorrow. Someone's calling me right now. I'm not answering your call. I'm out of here. Good night. God bless, man.
Take care, guys.